Here it comes. Good morning. Good.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Good morning. It's Curt and Jen in the Morning Podcast. We are so glad you're here.
Indeed. Thanks for joining us today. And as we'd like to remind you every now and again, please like, follow,
subscribe, share, love.
Send money. Don't send any money.
Just keep listening and share it with your friends so we continue to grow.
This is how we feed that need from when we were on the radio. Remember those days?
Is that what this is all about?
Feeding the need, yeah. Or just we have fun doing it.
We have fun.
We do have fun doing it.
That's the thing. Prime Day.
It's
the
Prime
last
Day.
Yesterday and today.
Day 2 of Prime Day, exactly.
Yes. What'd you buy?
Let me see. What damage did we do? I actually bought a lot of stuff for my side gigs.
business?
So I bought a bunch of uplights. You know what uplights are?
Yeah.
You go to an event and the wall is just flooded and
with color.
Yeah, it's nice. So I got a bunch of those, and we bought a. Oh, you already got the robot vacuum, right?
Oh yeah.
So we
you
got
have
one of those.
You don't have one of those?
We will.
That's a mega deal. That was one of those mega deals.
There were so many of them too. We had to go through because there was like 12 mega deals.
But one of them I think really stood out.
Well, they were all off brands, with funky names.
I thought one of them was the
No, it's fine.
Roomba.
I'm sure.
The Roomba was.
Yeah, that was like $300. The one we got, I think, was $150, $60, something like that.
Okay.
And I got Dana some ear pods that she, her AirPods, her Apple AirPods, she lost. And I'm like, oh my God, you lost the expensive ones. Well, here's a not as expensive pair, but they're pink, so she's gonna love them.
Okay.
And they'll sound fun. What about you? What did you get?
I got a pickleball net because my good friend Curt Cruz sent me that and said, you should buy this.
This is a deal. Get it.
You should buy this.
On Prime Day, your pickleball
What am
net.
I doing? There was things I wanted to buy that I kept sending to Pat, and he's like, what are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? We already have one of those.
Yeah.
But not just like this one.
What are you going to do with that? You're like, we'll find someday.
It's such a good deal. I did fall into the trap of, because there's this one thing that has been on every list. Like, you must buy this. It's super cheap. It's so good for you.
What was that?
That snail mucin stuff for your face.
I know nothing about it, but now you just told me it's for your face.
And it's on mega sale.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right.
So what do you do? It's
supposed to make you look younger, Curt. It's supposed to you put it all over your face.
Look younger.
I'm going to put it on my arm to see if it gets rid of that dark sunspot. I don't know. We'll see.
Did you already do the thing you said you were going to do?
I haven't done the vinegar yet, but I did do the hydrogen peroxide. It's not working. Well,
Where's it at?
Up here.
Oh, it is still there.
It's gross.
Ew. I'm kidding.
I know. That's
Nobody
the thing.
notices it but you.
Even if my face looks young, if anyone looks at my arms, they're like,
no.
I know.
But you also,
Old.
Your neck looks young. Isn't that what they, and I'm just saying this because I heard it. It's like, as you age, that's the thing. Those stupid crepe erase commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah, your hand. So it's your neck, your face,
Right.
your hands, your arms, everything.
Look what
really.
I got going on here. I've got the
waddle.
I got the turkey gobbler. Yeah,
It's wasn't that what they called it in Ally McBeal?
I don't know.
The
I don't
waddle?
care.
Okay,
I call
anyway.
it's gravity on my face.
You had to get up early and take Dana to the airport. Your beautiful wife, Dana, because you're going to San Diego. You're going to go tomorrow morning.
Let me talk about that because
event.
yes, I'm helping out as I always do because I am like loaded up with stuff. I've got 2 full-size suitcases full of lights, FX lights, cables, other things. Yes. The cables we didn't have yesterday, by the way, that I forgot to bring for
amateur hour for Curt Cruz.
Yeah, that was a bad one. We made it work. We had a great time at the Edgar Martinez.
We didn't even put that down on our little prep sheet.
We're going to talk about it, but I got to finish the airport thing.
Okay,
right,
go.
So I took her to the airport today. She's heading there. SoaringSpirits.org. That's her nonprofit. It helps. It's a peer-to-peer group helping recently widowed people, if you're interested in that. I know people don't like to talk about it, but it's an important thing. So on the way to the airport, this song comes on. And I'm not going to say what it is. And she starts singing along with it. And I'm like, I cannot believe you're singing to that. That is one of the worst songs ever. Hear me being a music snob. And I as a joke, I treat it like, it's an absolute. She'll be like, well, I love this song. It's like, no, you're mistaken. It's terrible.
What is it?
I'm getting to it. So she's singing every word to this song. And she's like, I like this because it was in 2 movies that I like. One of the movies was Mannequin.
Oh, yes.
Do you know the song yet?
I probably do, but I can't think
Nothing's
of it.
Gonna Stop Us Now by Starship.
Nothing's gonna... I could sing every word to that, too. It's a
Right,
great song. Why are you dissing that song?
Because it's fun, and it's Starship. Jefferson Airplane was great. Jefferson Starship was okay.
Nothing's gonna stop
Starship,
us now.
by that time, it was like the heart songs from the 80s. That's when they sort of went, in my opinion.
God, give me some of the words, because once you get me going, I could do all of it.
We can
feel this dream
That's
together.
Standing tall forever.
Nothing's
And I apologize right away to the Wilson sisters, Ann and Nancy Wilson, because...
Are they in it? They sing it?
I'm sorry. I was trying to do my Ann Wilson impression when I did that song.
Oh, I'm like...
Grace Slick is the singer, and yeah, that's
anyway,
confusing.
I love that song.
Yeah.
That's going to probably be an earworm now. Speaking of music, though, and great music, T-Swizzle, Taylor Swift, just
topped the record set by Whitney Houston. This is a record that has stood for more than 30 years. You share this because it's a little confusing, in my opinion.
Oh, it is? How is it?
Taylor Swift has surpassed Whitney Houston for most weeks at number one by a woman in the Billboard 200 chart. So that's great. It's the album Folklore, which came out. She did that during the pandemic, the epidemic, right? Or during COVID.
No, that's not right. You didn't get the right story. It's her latest one.
What's this?
The Poets one. What's the Poet?
Taylor Swift's album Folklore has clocked 7 non-consecutive weeks at the top, which gives Swift's career a total... I'm sorry. She gives Taylor Swift a career total, of 47 weeks ruling the chart. Got it. It's not consecutive weeks.
Okay, but here's the thing.
I get it now.
This is not the right story I was talking about. Yesterday, when I was leaving your house after the podcast, there was a story about Taylor Swift. What's the name of her newest album, the Poet one?
The Tortured Poets.
Yes. That has been the number one album for 12 weeks in a row. And that beat Whitney Houston's record of being 11 weeks in a row. And Taylor has been 11 weeks in a row as well. I guess it's a tied record, but she broke it with this latest album being 12 weeks at the top as a female artist.
What album did it beat? The Bodyguard?
I don't know which one. They didn't say which album. Or if they did, I didn't hear it.
Well, then she beat Whitney Houston in two things, because it says right here, I'm going to read it verbatim.
Okay.
Taylor's album Folklore has now clocked 7 non-consecutive weeks at the top. That gives Taylor Swift a career total of 47 weeks ruling the chart. Whitney Houston had 46 weeks. Okay. I find it odd that she would beat Whitney Houston in 2 new records by a week. This is the part where Jen checks on it and she's going to say, "Oh, okay, you were right." Sorry.
I mean, that part probably is right, but that was not the. What's the thing called? Poets what?
The Tortured Poets Department, I believe. Department? Yeah.
Poets. My phone's screwing up. We'll get that right next time.
Usually what Jen will say, this is your way of getting out of when something, didn't pan out. You're like, "Oh, just kidding. Just kidding."
Well, your Wi-Fi's not connected anymore. It's disconnected. That's what it's telling me.
Oh. So, good thing that this is pre-recorded. We'll find out. We'll let you know.
That was a hot mess express. All right, moving on.
You know what? It was a hot mess, like Engrid Andress.
Yesterday,
she's the
country singer who really flubbed it. Not yesterday, Monday night at the Major League Baseball's Home Run Derby. She sang the national. Well, I don't even know if we want to say she sang it. It was terrible.
It was really off-key.
Really bad.
It was. She left a very long pause at one point.
It was terrible. She came back after all this crazy
Oh, people went nuts.
It was everywhere. It was
disrespectful.
She said she was so sorry. She was drunk and she needs to get some help and she's going to rehab.
Now, if that's legit, then good for her. If this is some kind of spin, they're like, what do we do?
Yeah, they got to do
botched
something.
it.
Seriously.
Just tell them you were drunk. And now you're going to rehab. And I'm not making light of that. I'm not making light of that
No.
if it's for real, but we'll see. And how are you ever going to know?
We won't.
Mm-hmm. Next time I make a big mistake, you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to rehab. I'm sorry, I was drunk.
I was drunk.
I'm going to rehab.
We had one of our loyal listeners, Lily.
Thank you for listening, Lily, all the time.
Lily listens with her kids all the time.
Yeah, but now, not anymore.
But Lily is one of my friends. She texted me. She's like, "I cannot listen to the Curt and Jen in the Morning podcast anymore with my children in the car."
But why?
And right, that's what I said. And she's like, "Because it costs me too much money."
And I was like, "What?"
That's what I. Well, at first I was like, "What did we say that was inappropriate?"
That's what I thought too.
It was that we were costing her money because I talked about the new restaurant in Town and Country in Mill Creek.
That's the Field House, right? The Field House.
It's called the Field House, and we talked about it. And her kids are like, Mom,
we gotta
Jen
go.
just talked about a new restaurant. It's right by our house. We have to go.
And so there she went.
Off she went.
And she liked it, which is
Everybody
good.
liked it.
But
the kids liked it. She liked it. She said, I wanted to say her quote because it was a good one. She said, it's actually pretty good, not pretending to be fancy and charging you extra for being bougie. So at least there's that. And
bougie is free?
And I'm a food snob.
At the end, she said, tell them to pay you for ad time on your podcast.
Town and Country want to pay us?
Yeah. Evidently, when you share a story, it gets results.
It does.
It gets results. That's Jen Pirak. Let me hear about your crabbing trip. It was kind of a lack of crabbing trip,
Well,
right?
Here's the deal. I told you I forgot to talk about it on Monday because we were supposed to go on. That's the key. We were supposed to go on Friday. I was supposed to drop crab pots after the show with my friend Ryan. And so at first the lights didn't work on the trailer. So we spent a bunch of time trying to fix that.
Okay.
We decide let's just get on the road. So we get on the road. We get to Kayak Point.
Right.
Is that right? Kayak Point?
I think so.
Yeah. Past Marysville, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
We get launched. They have a new dock there, by the way, which makes launching a whole lot easier, although it's a long boat launch.
And those for listening out of the area, that is Puget Sound is where you're going.
We're launching into the Puget Sound.
Right.
Thank you. We get launched. We're so excited. He starts the motor, and the motor starts beautifully, and we start puttering along, and he's like, wait a second. No, he's like, wait a second. Stops the motor. He's like, there's no water coming out.
Oh, yeah. That's how you cool the engine.
Yes.
It runs water through the
I'm like,
motor.
Well, there's a little bit coming out. We can go drop the pots, and then you can row in. He's like, it'll blow up the engine. We can't do it.
So did you have to row back?
So he got his oar out.
How big is the boat?
Rowed us
like
in.
A dinghy or like a
No, it's like
boat?
a little. No. It's like a dinghy type of thing.
Okay.
Not huge.
But
I mean, it's bigger than just
so
like a
much
canoe.
for
But
the crab pots there.
we had the bait. We had everything ready to drop pots, and I didn't get to drop them. I'm so bummed. And now he's like, I'm selling it.
Selling what?
His philosophy now, because he's like, I'm getting older. And if it's broken, I'm selling it. I'm not fixing stuff.
Is he selling it to your boyfriend who fixes things?
No. I think he's lying. I think he's not.
You mean like how I keep saying I'm going to sell the boat and then never do?
Yeah. Something like that.
Right.
All right.
We'll see about that.
What day of the week are you and why?
This is what we asked yesterday for you to think on. We found something saying, you know what? Everybody they're like a day of the week.
Yeah, what day of the week are you?
And why is what we wanted to know. And Jen, you said right away you are.
Well, no, at first I thought I'm
changed.
Friday or Saturday because I'm a fun day. Like, I'm all about the fun. Let's have some fun and make memories. And then I was like, well, maybe I'm more like a Thursday because Thursday's kind of a rally day. You know what I mean? It's like the day before we get to the weekend. You got to get through Thursday and Friday. So Thursday's like rally day, and I'm a rallier.
You are a rallier.
I'm a rallier of people.
I decided that my day was what? Do you remember?
Monday.
No.
Well,
I joked about
Monday.
that. That was my first, ho-hum
Sunday?
joke. Laid back on Sunday. Easy like Sunday morning.
Well, John agreed with you.
John said that as well. These exact words. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Then he said, as a question mark, actually, I'm frantic like a Monday. Never prepared enough, always wishing for another day of the week. That's John. But Ina, our friend Ina, said, I'm a fun Friday girl. She's
all in caps. She for sure is. I agree.
What about Michael's answer?
Every day, because for me, every day is Saturday because Michael is retired.
Right.
Marilyn?
She's a Saturday too. She said, I love to follow you both. I'm now retired after 46 years, and every day is a Saturday. Same thing like what Michael said.
Yeah, nice.
You retired
Marilyn.
people. Lucky. Nicely done, by the way.
Shelly. Oh, her whole family participated, except for Shelly. Shelly didn't even give an answer.
Nolan, this is Shelly's family. Nolan says, I'm Sunday because I'm laid back.
Kira said she's Thursday because she's always getting ready for the weekend. That's a good way to look at it.
Right.
Okay, that's a good way to look at
Sean,
Thursday.
in the family said, the Saturday is the true day of freedom. So he's a Saturday. Laurel, she broke it down. In the summer, I'm a Wednesday because they attend the Mill Creek concerts every week on Wednesday.
I didn't even know there was a Mill Creek concert.
Yeah, they're,
Have you gone?
I have friends in a band called the Davinos, and they play down there. Yes, it's fun. It's a great location.
Okay.
Yeah, right there at Mill Creek Town Center. And she says, I love the music, so especially on a hump day to help get you through the week.
Jennifer said it's a tough one. Maybe Sunday because isn't that the lounging around day? But I can nap any day, almost any time of the week or weekend.
Okay, here you need this because you're coughing.
No, I'm good.
All right. You said you wanted some water.
I know. I think I'm good.
Sonia, I'm a planner. What day would that be? And you said, Sunday.
Sunday, because it's the day of prepping and planning for the week.
Mm-hmm. Lily, what day are you? What day of the week do you consider yourself, Lily, and why? Lily says, I also feel like I'm a Sunday, easygoing and chill, can go in any direction, should be prepping and getting things done, but end up only getting half of the things accomplished or none at all. Perfect.
Yes.
That's my favorite answer because...
Then resulting in a semi-panic mode before saying, screw it.
It is what it is. I love her answer.
Randy said... Wednesday? He said a bunch of Wednesdays and then said Friday. I'm Friday.
Okay. And Carrie, who is Randy's wife.
Yep.
Thursday is what I am. I'm Thursday. The week is almost over, and I'm thinking about the weekend. She's a Thursday. And finally, Barb, Friday, because every weekday is a Friday. Oh, she's retired, I believe.
Oh.
She calls the days.
These retired people.
So her week is Friday, 1 Friday, 2 Friday, 3 Friday, Eve, then Friday, and then the weekend. That's a great answer, Barb.
Yeah.
Friday.
Good ones. No one said Monday. Well, someone said Monday. Tuesday or
Tuesdays.
Wednesday. Tuesdays and Wednesdays got forgotten.
Well, I read once that somebody said Wednesday. Randy did.
Well, but then he said, I'm really a Friday.
Okay. Tuesday, I read at one point was the day, this is long before we did this, was the day that people felt that they were the least productive.
Least?
Because I thought it'd be Monday, but apparently coming back from the weekend, you're... Okay, I got to get things done.
Tuesday is the least productive.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Based on something that I might have read someday, somewhere, possibly. Okay. So there you go.
How do you tell if someone's smart in a subtle kind of way?
This is it. Subtle signs that someone is very intelligent. This has been spending some time on the socials.
This has been.
Subtle signs that someone is very intelligent. Here are some of the highlights.
Okay. When they make a mistake, they can admit it.
That's great. When they're very good at problem solving, and they always approach the problem from the right angle, even if it's something they have no experience with, versus this is going to defeat me versus I can do this. I can solve this. Why not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When being taught to do something new, they care just as much about why it should be done a certain way as they do what needs to be done.
Yesterday, when we were trying to clean up after this event we did, where we got to meet Edgar Martinez, by the way. It was awesome.
We did get a picture with him. I need to reach out and get that. Yeah.
And I know that there's other people that have experience with this, and you've even said this yourself, Jen. It would take me longer to explain how to do the things that need to be done when tearing down and setting up the equipment. So I'm just like, I'll take care of it myself. She's like, no, I want to help. Show me how to do something.
I want to be able to help, yes.
And I was like, well, can you just go drive the van around here? No, I'm going to do this and this and this.
Well, I want to do it right, too.
I appreciate that. I thought we were in a hurry.
Well, we were, which is why I was helping you.
What were we in a hurry for, by the way?
To get into the golf cart that Mark offered us so that we could drive around the golf course and look at all the different holes and what they had to offer.
Again, this is the Edgar Martinez for Muscular Dystrophy, MDA. Their 20th annual golf tourney at Newcastle Golf Course. And the way they set it up is the different businesses and companies will sponsor every hole. And as it turns out, most of those companies had some alcohol involved. We would go to one hole and it was
Maker's Mark
Absolute,
and Daniels.
And Absolute and Daniels. And
Daniels
Maker's
Broiler,
Mark.
yeah.
And what was the one you had so much fun at? The Tito's?
There was a tequila one.
Yeah.
Oh, Patron.
Right.
It's Patron.
And at every one of these holes, they were making serious drinks. It was like this. Some of them had their canned stuff, but the Tito's vodka one had an actual juicer. And
oh my God, that was delicious.
Yeah. Needless to say, since I was the designated driver,
I had, and we collected a lot of beverages as well. They were giving out cans of beers.
I had
a lot to drink.
And then, so I was like, it's time to go. We've been out here for 2.5 hours.
I'm like, I need pizza.
Driving around, which we got some great pizza from
Tutabella,
yeah. So
and grilled cheese sandwiches.
That was sourdough grilled cheese.
Who was that from?
Sourdough, I think is what it was called.
Oh yeah, sourdough.
So It was a great time.
It was.
We got way off subject here, and I apologize for that.
We're talking about intelligence. That was not intelligent of Jen Pirak.
Well, it was a great day.
It was a fun
Thank you, everybody
day.
Involved. Thank you, Jackie, for getting us involved.
And a great cause, yeah.
All right, back to subtle signs that you're an intelligent person. If you, did we do this from before? When you feel challenged by new things, not threatened?
Yep.
That's good.
We did not say that.
Number 5 was when you can understand someone's opposing view without having to agree with it or get angry over it. That's a big one these days.
Yes.
When did it become that, I disagree with you, therefore I hate you? It's like, okay, let's disagree, and then we'll go have beer.
Well, and basically it's that they understand the nuances of something enough to be able to debate either side of it. That's important, too, because if someone's going to debate one side of something, I feel like if you're intelligent, you know enough about both sides to be able to pick a side and then defend it.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay. They ask a lot of questions. They can adapt their communication style to different people.
That is important, too. Not everybody wants to be, the same way, which is a little frustrating when you have managers that are like, you know what my management style is? I yell at people and tell them they're doing a terrible job. It's like, that doesn't work with me or practically anybody.
Right.
All right. How about when a person is able to explain something complicated in simpler and more readily understood terms? That means that that's a subtle sign of intelligence.
I'm not trying to brag here, but my daughter Riley, my oldest daughter Riley, does that very well.
Because,
she can take something very complicated and then break it down so that I can understand.
Well, thank goodness when we were doing the morning show, Riley, on her own time and her own dime, she wasn't really getting paid for it because she was in there doing stuff for the Department of Fun and Games.
Yep.
Of course, we're like, we're having an issue. Come in here. You're a kid. You know how to do these things. And she was very good about, okay, here's how you do it. But then she called us boomers, which we're not. Okay, boomers, here's how you do this. Yeah. Finally, when people are observant and listen more than they talk, that's a sign of intelligence.
And this is the last one?
I don't know if this applies because I have a giant head.
You do.
My hat size is like, 47 or whatever.
That is not giant.
Apparently, that is a subtle sign of intelligence if you have a giant head. I'll take it.
You're super smart, Curt.
Well.
You are.
I just don't often show it.
In music things especially.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Moving on to...
Today's National Hot Dog Day, and we have to talk about it because there's a chance for you to win some money, and we want to tell you about it.
Okay, there's some applause for that. All right.
Most Americans put mustard on their hot dogs. Like 7 out of 10 people. It's all about mustard.
That is and I will go a step further. Well, ketchup, by the way, is next. That's about 60% of people put ketchup. Then we've got onions, relish, and chili. Got at least 50%.
Well, because chili dogs,
The ratio of ketchup to mustard must be 4 parts ketchup to 1 part mustard. I'm sorry, I said it wrong because it's early and I screwed it up. 4 parts mustard to 1 part ketchup.
On your dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly mustard, a little bit of ketchup, maybe some of the relish.
I don't even know. It has to be dill relish if I'm putting relish on anything.
Look at our rules.
I know. And then what about cheese? Why isn't cheese on your dog? That's what I want to know. Everyone's celebrating National Hot Dog Day. Ballpark Franks is throwing a contest.
Yeah.
With the most unique hot dog topping mashups.
They're calling this their celebrating freedom of expression. This is Ballpark Franks. Hot dog lovers post their unique hot dog topping mashups, and this is a shot to win $2,500. And before you can say, it also gives you the ultimate backyard cookout.
Yeah.
The total price is worth $10K, so I guess you're getting...
So maybe why not? You guys, I'm telling you, you should just enter if
you've got
an idea.
Share it, because Jen entered randomly...
the Halo Top contest, and I
Halo Top
won.
Ice Cream.
Yeah. And I won. And it was after we talked about it on the radio.
Right. And you still won.
I'm gonna do it.
And Halo Top, by the way, had no idea that we did this on the radio. You were just another person entering the contest. So she wins this. Did you get a year's supply?
No, I got ice cream, and they paid, and I got some money, and I got some swag, and I got some coaching. That's when I got pickleball lessons. They gave me pickleball lessons.
That's right.
Because that's something that I wanted to do to be active.
And the deal with Halo Top is, yes, it's ice cream, but it's
healthy. They try
healthier. To make it healthy. So the deal was you win ice cream, and also here's some health tips.
High in protein, high in fiber. It is delicious. It seriously is delicious.
It's still ice cream, though.
Yeah, but at least it's high in fiber and high in protein, so it's giving you something good for your body.
And it got us playing pickleball, which we do regularly now.
Thank you very much, Halo Top.
Back to the contest.
Ballpark Franks, here's how you enter. You post your hot dog topping combos on TikTok using the hashtag Hot Dog Hot Takes, all together. And
you have to tag the @Ballpark Brand. That's it, @Ballpark Brand. Keep the video 60 seconds or less. The contest goes through August 17th, so you have exactly a month from today.
I'm going to try to figure it out. I'm going to try to do something. What are some of the ideas that people have, though?
Well, there are people that are, like I was saying, like, it's 4 parts mustard to 1 part ketchup. There are a lot of people that are like, hey, this is what I put on my hot dogs. I don't care what you think. They're a little unusual. Would you do Doritos, pulled pork, barbecue sauce, and bacon on your hot dog?
That actually sounds I'd like to try that.
That sounds like a sandwich in its own. Pulled pork, Doritos, barbecue sauce, and bacon. All right. Jalapeno, cream cheese, and black bean salsa. We know that the Seattle hot dog, when you talk about the different from
cream
different
cheese,
cities,
it has cream cheese
on it.
And I'm telling you, that is the way to go.
Jalapeno, cream cheese, and black bean salsa is one. Fried egg, arugula, guacamole, and garlic aioli.
That could be pretty good. I mean, I like a fried egg on my burger.
Are people just taking stuff that they particularly like and saying, I'm just going to throw this all in a hot dog? I think so.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go look at the rules for this. Seriously, I'm going to look at the rules and I'm going to enter it. I'm going to try to figure something out. Savory jam on your hot dog. Did you see that one?
No, but I see the caramel popcorn.
That's
just a hot dog. So a hot dog in a bun and caramel popcorn is the whole hot dog.
Somebody put mashed potatoes, gravy, and onions on it. Celery and blue cheese on another, and then cheese, marinara, basil, and pepperoni on your hot dog.
Some people would say
this is just like a burger, right. Like people do weird things.
Some would
not weird, but different things with their burger.
They would argue that the food is all going to end up in the same place anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's all together. But I disagree.
But you've got to make sure that the flavors that you're putting together with the hot dog is good.
No, am I mistaken here? Are you? I think you're the kind of person on your plate where the different foods can't be touching. Did you tell me that once?
No, I don't mind that.
Okay.
I don't mind if it touches. I mean, there's some things I'm particular about that I don't want touching, but a lot of times I'll kind of mix the foods because the flavors are good together.
That's a big deal for some people. It's like, that's right. These can't be touching this.
And I will tell you, Pat, firefighter boyfriend Pat, he doesn't even care. He just puts everything all together and mixes it up. I'm like, ooh, don't mix the hash browns with the eggs, please.
Oh, for breakfast. So he's basically turning it into a scramble.
I used breakfast as an example.
Okay, but he'll do it with anything?
But he'll do it with everything. Potato salad and baked beans, mixes them up. Or takes a bite of each. Like he will make sure that he has bites of each, which I do for those two particular things.
Right, but so you have to you're looking for the perfect bite combination. Ratio.
On that, I just feel like he's a mashup guy. He just mixes it all up. Anyway,
he's a mashup
enough
guy.
Of that. It's National Hot Dog Day. Enjoy
your hot dog somewhere. Mentioned before, my wife is in the air right now.
Yep, and you're flying out tomorrow
to San Diego.
So
if you're flying somewhere this summer, we've talked about some of these items before, but here's a whole bunch of airplane etiquette. Unspoken rules, perhaps, for air travel.
And this is by Kayak, which is pretty legit. I mean, they're the website that you can go to that tells you all the cheap flights.
Right. So according to Kayak, unspoken rules / etiquette for air travel. We'll keep some of them kind of short because everybody knows the question here. Can you recline your seat? Almost 90% of people say yes. But a third only say on long-haul flights and red-eyes. And you and I have discussed this before. You're like, I'm going to flop my seat back immediately. I've got longer legs than you. When somebody puts their seat back, I'm like, come on. What's the point of that extra 2 inches of recline?
Because it makes your back a little more comfortable. That's why.
For you? What about the person behind you?
It shouldn't affect your leg room.
Well,
me reclining your seat does not affect your leg room.
It hits your knees. It scrunches up. It does affect your leg room.
Are you okay?
Because your knees
all
are...
Right.
All right. Second on this list. Does the person in the middle seat get both armrests?
I say absolutely.
Is that what they get for getting the middle seat? It's like
I think so, but over 50% say no.
Well, the person on the...
Like, what are you supposed to do? What if each person says, on the other side says, I'm taking that middle... Then they get nothing.
Well, don't get middle seats. The person in the window seat only has one armrest because the other side is the window. There's nothing there, correct?
Yeah.
The person on the aisle does have an armrest on the aisle. And I guess, is there one for everybody?
Everybody has at least one.
Yeah, everybody should have at least one.
I'm saying the extra one ought to go to the person in the middle.
There's not an extra one.
Yes, there is.
There's 3.
The person on the...
You've got the one on the aisle.
We're talking about one that's 3 people, right?
So it's 3 seats in a row.
So you got the one on the aisle. Mm-hmm. The person in the middle has their 2 separating the 2, the other from the other 2 people. And the one at the window
There's not one on the window.
Yes, there is.
Is there sometimes?
There always is.
On the window?
on the window seat.
Okay, then if that is the case, then I think the person in the middle could have both.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as everybody gets at least one.
This is getting out of hand right now.
Show's getting long based on this silly question. All right, let's keep going. Can you bring smelly food in a plane? Yes or no?
No.
All right.
No. Crunchy foods?
9 in 10 people say no.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Can you take your shoes off?
Wait, can you bring crunchy food? I wanted to talk about that because I like to bring crunchy food on the plane. Because I like crunchy food.
What's wrong with crunchy food?
I don't know. They say it's too loud. Can you take your shoes off? Yes. That's a yes for me.
Yeah, but how about...
But that's split. That's a split decision.
It's almost half and half of people who say you can take your shoes. It depends because often, not maybe with you, but, if I'm sitting next to some dude that's been working all day in an office and then he came straight and got on the plane, he takes off his shoes, there's going to be an odor issue, perhaps.
Yeah, there might be.
Right.
Here's the thing I'm going to say about this as we continue to go down this list. This isn't even helping us. This isn't telling us the etiquette. This is just saying how divided things are.
Well, you're aware of the things that people are talking about.
Okay.
Feet on the floor. This is in the plane. About 3/4 of people say you should never put your feet up against the seat in front of you. That is absolutely true.
Not on the feet. Okay, but I put my feet up, so I put it on the rest. The
armrest in front of you.
Yeah.
And as long as you keep it behind where their elbows are.
Yeah,
in front of
agreed.
You, that's okay.
Agreed. Okay.
Some people stick their damn leg through there, and you're like, there's a foot here.
If there's someone that I don't like, if you were sitting in front of me, I would totally do that.
Oh, I know you would. You have no problem with that at all.
What else do they say? What other ones are we?
Don't talk to someone if they've got headphones on. 90% say that's the equivalent of a do not disturb sign. Don't do your nails. Is this a thing? Do people do their nails on a plane? And not about, again, 9 in 10 people say.
I haven't cut my nails.
Because of the... God, thank God. 90% of people think it should be a rule. Don't do your nails because of the smell.
Because people are like painting their nails. That's right. What it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Can you laugh loudly while watching a movie? Do you have a choice? It's an involuntary reaction.
Sometimes I do laugh out loud because it's so funny. Because you can't even help it, like you said.
I feel badly if I'm watching a movie and I forgot that there was like a nude scene or something, and I'm like, oh, whoa, I don't know if I should be.
Is anyone watching this? What kind of movies are you watching on the plane anyway?
There are plenty of R-rated comedies that'll have, a boob or two. Usually they're in pairs, sometimes 3. If you're talking about Total Recall, there's 3. All right.
Okay, all right.
Hanging your long hair over the back of your seat. Should you be able to do that? Long hair
girl?
No. Okay, I agree.
Absolutely not.
All
that would impede the screen on the back of the other.
Yes, that's true. If there's a screen there. So I agree with that one. How about flying with a baby?
1 in 4 wish it was never allowed.
You know what?
Those people are not parents.
Well, that's true, but
no,
I don't have any kids. I do feel a little sympathy for people when they get on the plane with the kid and it starts screaming, and I know that the pressure makes their ears pop and whatever, and so they're uncomfortable. But that,
yeah.
And I honestly, I think a baby screaming in the back seat. The very back seat of a 747, you can hear loud as day. In the front seat.
There's no question that it sucks, but it's just part of life, people.
For parents.
You know what? These little kids grow up to help serve the world somehow.
Dana and I were talking about having kids, and we said we don't want to have kids because we don't want to annoy people on flights when we take the kids along.
I'm not listening to you.
Maybe that wasn't the actual reason.
I have something for tomorrow that I want to know.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Here's what Jen wants to know for tomorrow that we'll talk about.
Please.
Because it's summer and it's been hot weather, what is your most favorite summertime treat?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's just ice cream. I don't know. Maybe it's like one of my favorites is an ice cream sandwich.
Do you remember when we were playing pickleball a couple of days ago and we heard the ice cream man and Glenn? I mean, he was like, "Oh." Honestly, it's like ears. If human ears can actually perk up, he was like, "Ice cream man."
Yeah. So if you're at the grocery store, or if the ice cream person is in the neighborhood and stops, what are you getting?
Well, but maybe that's not your favorite summertime treat. Maybe it's not ice cream.
Maybe not.
It may not be. It may be something that's not on the ice cream truck.
That's what I want to know.
Okay, because maybe I would say like a frozen margarita.
Is your favorite summertime treat? Okay, that's a good one. Thanks, Curt.
Okay, let us know on any of these platforms. What?
I have you sparked this. I'll share this tomorrow. Pat and I, every time we go camping in Moses Lake, especially when it's hot, really when we go anywhere where it's hot, we make this certain drink. We have to borrow his son's blender.
Okay.
And we make this drink, and I'll share what it is tomorrow.
Would you say that's your favorite summertime treat?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
Let us know. Yes. We will share tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here with us today and every day. We really do appreciate it very, very much.
Make good choices, find joy, and spread kindness.